what does it take to keep a fiber laser running versus a plasma table? So let's dig into that right now. So welcome to my metal shop, guys. I have spent the last 9 years putting everything I have into this place and building it up to what it is today, and starting Hero Machine Co., which is a equipment manufacturing business where we make all of the cool metalworking equipment that you guys need to grow your shop. This is not a AI or Google set of data here that I've pulled. This is 9 years of real production data that I have out of my own shop here in Tennessee, and I'm about to share with you guys so you guys can make an informed decision on which machine makes sense for you guys moving forward. I get questions all the time about power, consumables, shielding gases, and we're gonna cover all that stuff right now. And let's get this out of the way as well. I am biased, right? I sell plasma tables, I sell lasers, so I definitely have a bias for people to buy equipment, but I don't care which one of these pieces of equipment you guys actually end up with. All I care about is that you guys grow your shop, grow jobs in your community, and grow American manufacturing. And how does growth happen? Growth happens by making freaking money, guys. So let's talk about how to make some money with both of these pieces of equipment. So right up here, there's no surprises. Let's start with the machine cost. A plasma table up front is going to cost you about $20,000 to get up and running, and a 3 kilowatt open bed fiber laser is going to cost about 80 grand to get up and running. Probably no surprises here except for this $80,000 number. Fiber lasers are getting cheaper every single year, and I don't see any reason why that trend is not going to keep up. Next up, let's jump into financing. Financing is not always the right move. I didn't finance anything for the first 4 years of my business. I did everything out of personal savings and cash, and that was a really safe way to go about it because I didn't know if I had a going business or not. It's a huge risk to jump into something new, but if you guys are established and already used to servicing debt and have a good workload where you have the cash flow to keep these things rolling, then a finance option is probably going to be a better bet for you. So on a monthly payment at 7%, which is like going, good rate, we'll see what the Fed does. You're looking at $396 a month for a plasma table payment, and 3 kilowatt laser, you're looking at $1,584 a month payment. That is, what is that, 4, 8, 12, almost 4 times higher than the monthly cost, just like this is 4 times higher than the plasma table. So not really any surprises there. If we break that into a daily payment, I want to keep all these numbers daily here until we get back to the very end. You're looking at $19.80 a day is what you got to pay to have the permission of having a plasma table. For the fiber laser, you're going to be spending $79.20 per day in payments. So you got to keep both of these things running to pay them off. Your daily power cost. Everybody thinks lasers are these huge power hungry machines, but the fact of the matter is you're actually using a bank of LED lights basically culminated through a resonator that amplifies the signal and concentrates that beam down. So it's not as big of a difference here as you would think. So we've got $10.32 a day to run a plasma table. This is assuming 8-hour cut days, right? These are full days, full operation, no downtime. And the laser is going to cost you $23.68 a day to run. So you're starting to see these things started way far apart, and they're starting to get closer together the further we go. So now we're going to get into a really big one, which is daily consumable cost. Hang on, let me go grab something real quick and I'll show you exactly what material I'm talking about. All right, this test was done cutting 16 gauge mild steel sheet metal with a ton of pierces. This is a pretty big piece, but we saw a lot of stuff that's 12 inches, 18 inches, and you end up with a lot of pierces on a sheet, sometimes over 1,000. So every pierce you make with a plasma consumable is wearing the consumable down. The cut inches don't matter quite as much as the pierces do. So with a lot of pierces on thin sheet metal, you're going to be spending $75.88 per day on consumables. So I told you guys that this was actual production data out of my shop for the last 9 years, and this number right here is actually cheaper than the labor cost of restarting your plasma table. So if you guys know, the electrode starts to wear out and it has trouble completing that arc between the end of the electrode and the start of the nozzle. And every time that the arc can't jump that, you get an arc failure and the machine stops, and you have to pay somebody to go over there and restart the machine, sometimes 2 or 3 times if the consumables are really worn. So after about, I don't know, a year and a half of cutting, I finally sat down and did the math, and we figured out that it was cheaper to replace the consumables on every single sheet than it was to pay for the labor of someone standing at that table all day. So by buying new consumables, we basically got the person operating the table be able to get that thing started, and then they would go to the end and they'd start grinding signs. On a fiber laser, your daily consumable cost is going to be about $1.20, because all you're really replacing is the protective lens on the bottom of your culminating lens assembly. So there's an extra lens on the bottom that's really easy to change out, and they're cheap to buy. They cost you about $6 a piece, and they should last you all week. So huge difference here, and things are starting to kind of flip around all of a sudden on us. For this example, all this stuff can be cut on shop air. So I just put a 0 here. The cost is not 0, but it is relatively low to run an air compressor with an air dryer. It's not a huge expense. With a fiber laser, up to 3/16 mild steel, you can keep running on shop air. You don't need to get into oxygen or nitrogen until you get into thicker plates. So for this example of this production data that I pulled of 16 gauge metal, we've still got $0 right here for the rest of this example. But just so you guys know, I'm not trying to hide anything here from you. If you're gonna be running oxygen, cutting thick, mild steel, you're gonna be running about $20 a day. Oxygen is a pretty cheap shielding gas. If you get into stainless steel cutting or aluminum, you're gonna be spending up to $200 a day on liquid nitrogen with a condensing tower, turning it into a gas. And you might have to lease that from your gas supplier. I got my gas supplier to pay for that equipment as long as I bought the gas from them. But really, either way, you're paying for it. You're either paying for it on the gas or you're paying for it up front to buy that equipment. So $200 a day is a safe number for budgeting if you guys have a little different situation than what we're talking about right here. But there's the information just so you guys have it. Now we're getting into the cleanup ratio, and this is your labor cost in a nutshell. So for every hour of cutting plasma, you're gonna have roughly an hour of labor cleaning up all that dirty slag and everything on the back. And you're also gonna be using grinding rocks, flap discs, wire wheels, and Dremels. So I don't have that consumable cost worked into here because it skews the math. Different amounts depends on what your cut quality is really, and how you're running the table and how often you're buying new consumables. There's a lot of input there, but you guys want to keep that in mind if you're crunching these numbers for your personal shop. One of the biggest advantages of a fiber laser, other than cut quality, is the cleanup time goes way, way down. So this 4-to-1 ratio is for 4 hours of cutting, you should expect 1 hour of cleanup. Or every hour of cutting, you've got about 15 minutes of cleaning up those parts. And really, you're just using a wire wheel to knock that light, flaky slag off the back. There's a lot of operations that don't even require it, but I put it in there because that's how I calculated the labor number that goes into some of these lower tallies down here. You're gonna be paying a little bit cheaper labor for a plasma operator, usually around $20 an hour, and then a grinder you can get for $15 to $18 an hour. Over here, you're gonna be paying a little higher for your operator. It's gonna be 25 to 30 bucks an hour, but your grinder can still be a $15 to $18 an hour person. So, personal story out of my shop, the grinder is the hardest position to keep filled in my entire shop. I've never had anybody last more than 9 months, and basically, it just sucks. There's nothing good about that job. There's nowhere to go. There's no like rank advancement from there. It's just a dead-end job that nobody likes to do. I did all kinds of stuff to make it the most comfortable, inviting place in the shop. Bought those guys a swamp cooler, let them listen to music. I even let some of the guys smoke back there for a time. I don't do that anymore. Insurance would kill me. Trust me, insurance, I don't let anybody smoke in the building. We have controlled smoking areas that are labeled and clearly far away from the building and all the flammable materials. Anyways, that was my disclaimer for the video. After all this time, I even paid more money to these people. You just cannot get someone to stay in that job. The bright side is, it takes about 15 minutes to train, and they're off and away and they're grinding until you've got to find somebody new. So with a laser, all of a sudden it opened up that grinding position to get cross-trained in other parts of the shop. So we started training them how to tack stuff together at first, then weld stuff out, how to finish welds, how to run the press brake, how to help with powder coat, how to get into shipping. And all of a sudden I went from this bored person that I couldn't hang on to a cross-trained Swiss Army knife around the shop. And as I trained those people and they learn new skills, you pay them more money and you keep them around, and it gives them like the feeling that it's not a dead-end job. There is somewhere to go, there's forward progression, and I'm not gonna be the grinder forever if I apply myself. So it's changed the type of people that we even have in the shop just from having this 4-to-1 labor ratio happen. Anyways, sorry, I got sidetracked. Let's jump back in. Daily rent, I just used $2 a square foot. That's pretty average we're just north of Nashville. I just took kind of Nashville rates. If you're in New York City, this is gonna be way too cheap for you, or in California. But you can look up your lease rate, or if you guys are already renting or own a space, you can figure out the square footage. But both of these are the same square footage. So you're gonna be spending $18 a day in rent, just for the floor space around it. This is not counting your sheet metal storage, your forklift, your grinding space. So this is probably higher than this number, but I just wanted to show you guys that it's equal for both because they take up the same amount of floor space and require the same amount of infrastructure around your shop. Sheets cut per day, I don't think anybody's gonna be super surprised here, but an 8-hour shift, you're looking at 4 sheets per day on that plasma table, and that comes down into your profitability, your productivity, how much throughput you're gonna get through the shop, and basically how much workload you can take on at any given time. For a open bed fiber laser, you can expect about 8 sheets a day. That's an average cut time of 44 minutes per 16 gauge sheets with 1,000 pierces or more. If you get an exchange table, that number can go up to 10 or 12 in a single shift, but we're talking open bed fiber laser, open bed CNC plasma table here, trying to keep everything same for you guys. So now we've got our daily cost. Sheets cut per day. No, daily costs. Yeah, daily costs. It's gonna cost you $124 a day to run that CNC plasma table, 8-hour shift, get through 4 sheets of material, and have all this stuff accounted for. Over here, the fiber laser only costs, not only, but costs $122.08. So your hard cost by the day is actually $2 cheaper to run a fiber laser than it is to run a plasma table. And most of that right here, guys, is coming from this high consumable cost and also the higher labor cost in cleaning up that material afterwards. Then we get into how much can you charge for these things. We've got our costs figured out. Now let's figure out how much money we can make off this machine, and then we'll wrap it all up here at the end. So $120 an hour is the highest I could ever get for my plasma table. When I was running it, sometimes it was as low as 90 if it was a really competitive job, or something super simple like big 12 by 12 base plates for a structural guy. But I left 120 in there because I know it's possible to find work in that range. With a 3 kilowatt fiber laser, you can charge $220 an hour. I charge that all day long and have for the last 5 years of my market for a 3 kilowatt fiber laser, and I never have trouble covering that rate right there. So you guys are looking at, this one charges more, but it also gets twice as many sheets done per day. So on a per sheet basis, this one's actually cheaper to the customer per sheet, per part. You're gonna be able to have a lower cost and still cover a higher margin at the end, which is super huge if you guys are running a shop. Finally, we got daily profit down here. You're gonna be left over each day if you can fill that sucker up with $836 when you're running your plasma table. Same thing with the laser. If you can fill it up all day, you're gonna have $1,637.92 in daily profit. I don't have insurance covered in here, and there's probably some bookkeeping, some other auxiliary services costs that are not in here, but these are really solid numbers that'll cover about 80 to 90% of your expected costs and revenue. So monthly profit, we're just gonna multiply that by 20 days because there's 20 working days if you run a straight time, is $16,720 in monthly profit for a plasma table. or with the laser, $32,758.40. So yes, the machine is 4 times as much. It's looking like twice the amount of profit. And finally, how many days does it take to cover the monthly nut on this machine? Sorry if the tape deleted that out, but that should be 2,480. And that's gonna take 3 days, 3 full days of production to pay off your plasma table each month. And the laser, with its lower operating cost, is $2,441.60 per month. And that's gonna take you, sorry, it got scratched out there, but it's 1.5 days to pay that thing off. The question kind of comes down to, obviously, how much are you cutting is the first question you've got to get over. If you're not cutting 3 full days a month with the plasma, then you really shouldn't buy a plasma. If you're not planning on cutting 1.5 full days a month with the laser, you really shouldn't buy a laser, because that's just enough to cover your costs, and you're not actually making any profit until you've cut 3 days in your month. So the 4th day on a plasma table each month, you're starting to get in the profit, and by your 2nd day with the laser, you're starting to get into the profit of the machine. I really hope this helped you guys. I spent a lot of time putting this together. I hope it wasn't too boring, but business comes down to the boring math. And if you guys are like me, running a business and growing it, dealing with employees and customers and you know, taxes and not the law, but just like legal compliance for crap that pops up out of nowhere, like my retention pond. At the beginning of the day, I start out and I have like a hit list and I'm all excited and pumped and I'm ready to go. And I think, you know, I've got the best idea ever. And then by the end of the day, enough bad things have happened, enough things have fallen apart, plans have gone awry, where I get like super depressed and anxious and I think it's never gonna work out and I'm not gonna make it. But every time I get that way, I get out of my feelings by getting into the numbers. And whenever I do the math and the numbers work out, it helps me visualize the future long enough to keep the faith, to keep doing the work and putting in the time and the hours to get these things done. So if you guys have made it this far in the video, you are one of the elite business people on earth, in my opinion, because you are willing to get out of your feelings and into the numbers of a business, because that's really how you keep these things running and that's how you manage them, especially as you grow and get bigger. If you guys would like to see more number crunching videos, let me know in the comment below. I can work on how to calculate your shop rate, which I know a lot of people struggle with. I have an awesome pricing calculator to help you guys calculate fabrication jobs. I have another calculator for manufacturing jobs if you guys are interested in that more. And I'm always happy to do a one-on-one comparison. If you guys want to reach out to me down in the comments below, I'll get in touch with you through email and learn more about your shop. And I can help you basically do a one-on-one analysis of what makes most sense for your next step in your business. I've been doing this for 9 years for myself, and I've owned 3 other businesses before this. So I'm not gonna say I am like the best business guy ever. I'm not trying to sell a course. I'm not trying to get you to sign up for some monthly fee. I really just wanna see you guys do well, and I wanna see you guys have an impact in your local community just like we have here. This business has let us do so many cool projects here around town. We built a book bus for the kids. We built a skate park for the kids. And we're always looking for opportunities to make an impact here in this community. And everything is 100% been funded by the work that we do here in this shop and the fact that we've invested in this next generation of machines, because there's really nothing that comes close to a fiber laser. Water jets, plasma, oxy-fuel, abrasive cutting, they just can't keep up with a laser. A laser is the most efficient way of processing sheet metal on planet Earth right now. So if you want to future-proof your shop for the next 3 to 5 years, a fiber laser is really going to make a lot of sense for you. So please like, comment, subscribe. I'll be coming up with more long-form videos to get deeper into some of these topics. And really how I pick them is make short posts on Instagram, and if I get a lot of comments and feedback like I did on this one, then I'll go ahead and dive deeper in and do a longer video like this, and hopefully start up a conversation with you guys, because I really want to learn more about your shops. Later.